good afternoon. I'm out in my outdoor pool. I should point out to you though, before you all get the wrong impression, I have not come into money. I have not won the lottery. I have just refinanced my house. Which means that when I die, which is a cheerful thought, isn't it? My son will not receive the whole house. He'll only receive some of the money out of it, but it's okay by him because it's the only way I can afford to do everything, because I literally had no money and literally was in debt. So I now feel so happy. Yes, I have a refinance, but no, I don't have any debt. And yes, I do have a small amount of money left to get the shower fitted. After that, I'll be passing the hat round. I'll be doing a GoFundMe. Please GoFund me for my decorating. No, I won't do that. You're quite safe, I won't do that. I'll save up myself. I'm not a beggy kind of person. What am I doing? Well, I got this yarn from Lidl ages ago. It was £3.49 for 4 balls, so I got 3 packs. There were 4 in a pack. And I can't tell you much about it except it's shade 991223. And they probably won't have it anymore because they don't. It's called a sparkle double knitting. And I'm making myself... Oh, I nearly lost my crochet ball then. Luckily it's gone on the decking and not down the hole. Making myself a sweater. This is the front. It's going to have little button, or couple of buttons there. Yeah. So as usual, I'm showing you the side. You're not supposed to see the wrong side. That's the one. So that's what I'm making for myself at the moment. The lady that I made the pink, black and white waistcoat for, she's asked me for another one in neon green with other colours. But the neon green is actually, to me, more of an emerald green. So even though that's neon yellow, to me that's actually green. I think Zoe had this problem with her yarn. I mean, that to me looks more green than it does yellow. So I think that's what she meant by a neon green. I mean, this to me is just like a bright emerald green. I wouldn't call that a neon green, but they do call it neon. I ordered the other colours, but I don't think I'm going to put all of those colours in her one waistcoat. I think I'll just choose. Sorry about the noise in the background, it's the kiddies across. They're playing in the garden. It's getting a bit loud, isn't it? But never mind. And also when I was ordering for Purple Linda, I also got some more of the marble chunky. I don't think that's a new shade because I think I've seen that before. It's colour MC52. But that one is, I've not seen that one before. It's actually come a bit paler than I really expected it to do because I wanted to use it for an adult, but I suppose it's okay, yeah. That's MC62. Again, it's marble chunky. I got it from, oh, I thought I got a bit of fluff on the top. I got it from Purple Linda again. I'm like Sean's Crafty Corner, I do love seeing my purple bags. Anyway, the only other thing I've got on the go at the moment, which is very unusual for me, I don't usually have 2 things on the go. It's getting noisier and noisier, I think they're on the wine. That's my Urban Gypsy crochet bag, that's from Gimme Yarn 418, but she's called Southpaw Creations, I think, Southpaw Designs, Southpaw something, on Etsy. So that's my bag, and in here I've got, well, I told you I got these balls of eco cotton. I had that colour, and oh, I'm sure they must be on the wine out there. I'm jealous. And that colour. And I also had the ice cotton, if you remember, the one that's in the strange colour. Gosh, I should have filmed this early when they weren't so giddy. And this is the, oops, that's the one. This is what I'm making. It's all in one. It's going to be a cardigan, a plus size one, as you can see, but it won't be that plus size actually by the time I bend it into 3. I want to go over there. They sound as though they're having a party. I hope you can still hear me. There we go. That's what it's going to be. It's just like a shell pattern, but because I didn't want to do stripes, because stripes across, if you're a larger lady, don't exactly look great, do they? So it's sort of a broken stripe effect, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, the reason I'm later making the video is I've had to wait for the family to go out. We've been at B&Q today, which is do-it-yourself store, a bit like your Home Depot, I suppose. Getting the bits and pieces, you know, to finish off doing the garden. We needed some mulch, is it called? Some cement for the rest of the steps. We also got some solar panel lighting, so that, you know, to light my way. We've got some on the deck in here and some down the bottom. What else did we get? Oh, a new brush. A jet washer. Not for me, for my son. He had a jet washer. Just trying to think what else we bought. We bought a lot of stuff. We had a massive big trolley full. Oh, I got a new mop. I know I bought a new mop, but I bought one of those squeegee mops and it's a bit useless. So I've got the old-fashioned mop head, you know, the cotton that hangs down that you twirl around. Good old-fashioned mop. I've got one of them. There's other things we got as well, but I can't remember what we got. I know we had a trolley full of stuff, absolutely full of stuff. Oh, we had some lawn seed. We couldn't get a lot. We went to look at, you know, the plastic cabinets that are going to go in that end to put my bits and pieces in, and cushions and stuff. We looked at furniture, but they didn't have any. We found a nice wooden sheddy thing that's going to go at the end there. Found one of them. We can get that online because it wouldn't have fitted in my son's car anyway. It was a bit loaded with all the stuff we had in it. We bought a whole lot. We had a massive trolley full of stuff. I can't remember what else we bought. Probably bits and pieces. Nuts, bolts, screws, whatever you need. Some more bits of wood we needed. I can't remember. Anyway, there'll be no Sue this next week because she's gone to Scotland. She phoned me up yesterday to say they'd decided to go for the week, so hey ho, more power to her elbow while the weather's still a bit nice. As you can see, it's quite nice. So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's quite nice. I'm still deciding where to put my furniture, but as my daughter-in-law says, I can move it around because here where I am now there'll be absolutely no sun except in the morning because the sun sort of moves around, starts off on that side and moves around to this side. So towards the end of the afternoon the sun's over on the far end where my cupboard's going to be, and outside the back door. This is the patio door, that's the back door that leads onto the kitchen. But my daughter-in-law stripped all the wallpaper off the stairs and the hallway, and she also stripped off the wallpaper in my bedroom, which has been up there for about 20 years at least. It sort of like fell off on its own, it didn't need a lot of scraping. But she did all that for me. But I'm sort of grinding to a bit of a halt now, money-wise and things. I need a lot more bits and pieces, because when you do one piece it shows the rest of the house up, doesn't it? But the big pieces will be done, you know, by the time my son and daughter-in-law move out. So the other bits I can arrange to do. I asked the joiner who's done the decking for me if he would come back and do the shelving in the back bedroom. You know, it's going to be the craft brick room when they've moved out. And he said, no problem, just tell me and I'll come. So I need to keep money back for that, you know. So as I say, I'll be on a crowdfunder soon. If any of you win the lottery, please keep me in your thoughts. Because I don't want to be back in the situation I was in before. I feel like a big cloud's lifted off my head. I know I've got the debt for the house, the debt. But it's not like having a debt that you have to pay every month. This debt I've taken out for the house, if I don't pay it back, it would just mean that I'm leaving my son virtually nothing at the end of my lifespan. But as he said, don't worry about it. Just pay if you can. Don't pay. I'm not forced to pay, but I can pay so much each year. So, but for the first year I can't pay anything anyway. So I'm going to try and save up, to do the bits and pieces. The decorating and the other stuff. And also I need a new laptop or I need a new PC, whichever is the cheapest. But that again is on the back burner at the minute until I find out what I've got left over after the shower's been fitted and after everything else has been done. I mean, the decking would have cost me a lot more money if I'd have had a company come in to do it, but my son has a lot of very good friends who are tradespeople. And so they're very, very good to me, and I say very, very good to me. I wouldn't have had this decking but for that, yeah. If I'd had fancy spindles and fancy tops and fancy this, it would have added pounds and pounds to it, But I just said, just a decking, I don't care what it looks like, really. Just a decking, it'll be fine. I'm very easy pleased. I'm not one of these fussy ladies that's, I've got to be just so for this and just so for that. I mean, I've got a friend and, oh, dear Lord, every time she picks anything, it's like about 44 trips to every single store that there is in Manchester before she decides on something. And even then she dithers about for ages before she finally picks something. I'm like, yeah, that'll do, that's fine, that'll do. Not a fussy person at all. Never was. Never had to be when my ex was around. He chose everything. So I just learned to just accept what was put on, yeah. I've never really chosen anything, I don't think, really. Because even the sofa, I just chose it because it was the right price and it was in the right colour, and I didn't go out and choose a beautiful £1,000 sofa. It was just a £40 one, second hand. I don't care. I don't mind who knows. I'm not proud. I'm not a proud person. That's got me wrong, hasn't it? Mine and my daughter-in-law gave this mug to my son the other day, and he went, I don't think so, do you? Knitting queen. He's anything less like a knitting queen. He's a real big biker lad, Definitely not a knitting queen. So, anyway, I think that's more or less all I had to say. I just wanted to get a quick video in. I'm supposed to be hoovering up, vacuuming, whatever you call it, because they've gone out again. But, they've worked really hard today. I didn't expect them to start doing the gardening when they came back from the DIY place, but I think my son's back in work. His boss was away last week, so he wasn't working. So I think he's back in work on Monday, I'm not sure. So I think that's why they were rushing to get it all finished off. And then my daughter-in-law's back looking after the kids on Monday. So I should be all on my own, because I know there's no Sue coming. But I do need to sort everything out in my bedroom. It's a shambles, is putting it politely. I just kept throwing everything here, there and everywhere when, then I had to empty it again in a rush when my daughter-in-law was stripping the wallpaper off. So, everything just got thrown in a bag, and one day I'll get to sort everything out. Monday. Anyway, I had a pair of 15mm needles that I needed for making those hats, you know, in multiple plies and whatever. They're super duper chunky things. So I've got, because my hands have been hurting a bit with crochet. Don't usually, but they have been. But I put it down to this cold weather. I mean, earlier today it was beautiful. It was lovely and sunny. And I was standing on the deck, and it was, I've got to sound like I'm a captain of a ship, don't I? I was standing on the deck. Anyway, I was standing on the deck, and the sun was beating on my back, and I thought, oh, this is a life. This is so lovely. Why can't I live somewhere where it's like this all the time? But now, of course, it's like be about 4:30 now, or something like that. It's gone chilly now. So it's time to take me coffee indoors and go and do what I was supposed to be doing, which is the dusting and the vacuuming. I don't have to do it, by the way, you know, I just decided I would do it. Yesterday I couldn't have done anything. I think I told you I got so wet through. Or did I? Might have put that on my Facebook. I got absolutely drenched. I'd gone up the village and the heavens opened on me. But what I didn't realise was my scooter must have been outside when the heavens opened the other day. And the blanket that's on my seat must have got wet through. And I don't know why I didn't notice it, but I sat on it, and by the time I got up to the village, I was soaking wet. Absolutely, my pants everywhere was wet through. I looked as though I'd had a very nasty accident, if you know what I mean. Anyway, the heavens opened, and I found out my hooded thing, my rain hood thing that goes over me and the scooter, might be showerproof, but it definitely isn't rainproof. Luckily, Gigi was with me, because I was only going to the bank, so I thought I'd take him. And he was in his little baby carrier, but he had his head out looking round, but as soon as the heavy rain started, he went right inside his little baby carrier, so he was just like a little humpback whale sticking up at the top. So he was beautifully dry, he wasn't getting wet, no way was he getting wet. I was soaked through, oh, absolutely soaked through. So me and cold rain, you know, and cold, don't see eye to eye, so every bone in my body was aching. So I got up this morning and I knew it was sunshiny as soon as I got up, because I thought, oh, I feel so much better this morning. But I don't now, because I've been walking around B&Q. I mean, you could do a marathon inside B&Q, it's like miles and miles. Well, you've got stores in the US probably 10 times bigger, but it's big to me when I can't walk too well. I had my wheeler. And my son had hired the handles on it, so he says to me, do you feel better with that? Do you feel better with that? I said, I do. Have you done something to it? He said, yeah, I've hired the handles. So I'm not like that with it. I can actually stand upright. But it still hurts me back when my legs and hips when I walk. I'm done for, I can't walk far. Oh. I mean, I'm not going to lie about my age. I love being older. It doesn't bother me at all. Being immobile is what bothers me the most, you know, that's what naffs me off, really. I still wake up in the morning and I still have the mentality that I can just jump out of bed and do everything. I've got it all plotted out in my head. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the other. And that lasts usually till about 10 o'clock until I start actually doing something, and then I realise that I can't do it. But my mind still wants to do it. So I'm still agile in my brain, it's just that it doesn't transpose to the bottom half of me. Perhaps I should have a transplant from the waist down. Mine with my shoulders, no. I'd have to have a transplant from the neck down. Anybody got a spare body? They don't want. Mine in my brain's not as much as it was, so I think a bit. As my mum would say, rub me out and start fresh. Big eraser. Bionic woman. I'll have all new bits I want to see. Anyway, they're getting noisy again, so I think they're on the vino. I think they've got a barbecue going. I'm so jealous. I just love barbecue chicken. Maybe I can get a barbecue. Well, by next summer, maybe I can save up. Yeah, just a little barbecue. Just to put out here on my decking. Not an expensive one, just a little one. That'll do me fine. Right, anyway, I am going because it's getting cold. And I've got a lot to do. and far to go. So I shall speak to you all very, very soon. Bye now.